So the best part about an epidural is it usually works and it usually numbs you and you can't feel any pain and you're just feeling awesome. That's how it was with Connor. With this epidural, oh dear, it was opposite. He gave it to me. You know, it's supposed to kick in with Connor it kicked in within like 5 or 10 minutes. It never really kicked in. Like, it took away the majority of the pain, but there was a ton of pain still there. And when you pay for an epidural, you want it to freaking work. You are like, give me relief, you know? And I was so frustrated because this epidural just was not working. I was still feeling a lot of pain. I was still very uncomfortable. I could still feel like a lot of the contraction, you know, and I was just frustrated. So the guy that gave it to me, he came back in the room, this doctor guy, came back into the room and he had this extra dose of numbing medicine. It's supposed to be even stronger. So he's like, well, I'm just gonna put this in and see if we can do it. I should not have let him do that because he put it in. I couldn't even feel my legs after he did that. They were so numb, but I could still kind of feel the contractions, but it worked a little bit, but I was just way too numb. I hated it. A normal epidural I like because you can still kind of feel your legs. You can still move your legs a little bit. You still have a little bit of feeling, but with this extra numbing stuff, I absolutely hated it. I wish he wouldn't have ever done it. If I ever decide to have another one, I will know never to get that again because it was really crazy and it made my whole body numb, just like super, super numb. I couldn't even feel anything, which I hated. So let's see here. Sorry, I'm just trying to read my notes here. So then after that, after he put in that super numbing medicine stuff, Aubrey's heartbeat started going nuts. I don't think it was because of the medicine. I honestly think that it was because she was posterior, but I'll talk about that, you know, a little bit later. So I don't think it was because of the medicine, because usually an epidural doesn't actually affect the baby. It goes into a completely different spot to where the baby is. But her heartbeat just started going nuts. It was like at 140 and then it would go down to 115 and then it would go down to like 60, 63, and like it was super low for a minute and I was terrified. It was just fluctuating between 140, 115, sometimes 63. It was just going nuts. So the nurse checked me at 6:15. I was 7 centimeters, 90% effaced, -1 station. So within the hour before she was born, her heartbeat was just going like really crazy, like 150 to 65. So the nurse had to put an internal heartbeat monitor inside me because they couldn't really locate the baby's heartbeat very well. So they had to put it in through my vagina so they could, you know, listen to the baby's heartbeat better, just like a little tube. And so she was doing that. They were having trouble finding the heartbeat for a long time. She was getting kind of nervous, which was terrifying me and my husband. At one point she's like, I can't find the heartbeat, you know, very well. It's just not cooperating. We saw the screen go dash, dash, dash. And so we thought we'd lost the baby. I was like so scared. My husband was just a wreck. Like, you know, it was just this helpless feeling that you just don't know what to do, you know. It only went dash, dash, dash for a second, but it seemed like an eternity. It seemed like it did that forever, and I was just freaking out. But finally, after what seemed like forever, they found the heartbeat, which I'm so glad. By this point, we were just like shaking. Like, I was just ready to have this baby because I didn't even know she was gonna be alive. I was just like, her heartbeat is just went nuts. The screen went dash, dash, dash. I saw it, you know, and her heartbeat came back, but I was just terrified. I was so scared. And so I was like, we just need to get her out. You know, we need this baby to get out. I need to make sure she's okay. I need to see her and I need to hear her cry and like see that she's breathing and stuff like that. So she checked me at 7:10. And by that time I was ready to push, so I was so thankful. She's just like, let's just have this baby already, you know, we all just want to make sure she's okay. And so I didn't feel anything because that numbing stuff was like really kicked in. Like, I didn't feel anything, which I did not like, because with epidural you can at least feel something. But anyways, at least it worked, I guess. So by 7:18 Aubrey was born, so I only had to push for like 8 minutes, which is awesome. So she was born. And we learned that her heartbeat was acting so weird and like just so crazy because she was posterior, which means like when a baby is born, usually their head down, but usually their head is turned so the back of the head comes out first. but she was turned face up. Like usually they're face down. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry. Usually they're face down, and so the back of their head and their face is down when they come out, but hers was face up, so you could see her face when she's coming out. And posterior births, I guess, are just a lot more painful, and usually they're longer labor, which, you know, that's why mine was a little bit longer. It was shorter than Connor's, but it was still pretty long labor. But they just said that thank goodness she was so small, because if she would have been a bigger baby, it would have been a lot more painful and a lot longer. So luckily she was so small. And also her umbilical cord was wrapped twice around her neck. It was really loose, but it was still wrapped like twice around her neck, and I was like, oh my gosh, is she okay? Is that normal? And they're like, yeah, it happens all the time. It's completely normal. And I'm like, I do not want to hear that. Like, that freaked me out. I did not want to see the umbilical cord around my baby girl's neck. But luckily she was okay. She was breathing. She started crying. She was turning pink. She was doing everything right when she came out. So, oh my gosh, thank goodness. I was just a nervous wreck. Like that, seriously, that labor was so stressful. It didn't go anything like I wanted it to. It was just a stressful labor. It was crazy. I'm just so glad I had my mom and my husband's mom and my husband in the room for support, because holy cow, I lost it a lot. Like that was just, oh, stressful labor. So I'm just glad she's okay. Let's see here. She was born at 6 pounds, 3 ounces, so pretty small. I was surprised. I thought she'd be a little bit bigger, because Connor was 6'12", and so I was expecting her to be just a little bit bigger, because usually your second one is a little bit bigger. But she was 6'3", and she was just perfect, and she had all of her fingers and her toes, and she was crying like she should. And I put her on my tummy, and she latched on right away and started breastfeeding, and we did skin to skin, and it was just absolutely amazing. Oh, I forgot to mention, her height was 19.5 inches, which was the same as Connor's. He was 19.5. She has tons and tons and tons of hair, which you guys know because I've showed her before. But yeah, she was just she's just, to this day, just such a beautiful baby. And I was just overcome with so much happiness when I saw that she was okay, and my husband saw she was okay. We could relax a little bit. So yeah, I could finally breathe, and it was awesome. I only needed minimal stitches, not very many at all, just a tiny bit. And I was feeling pretty dang good with Connor. It took me a while to get feeling better, but with her it just seems like I recuperated so fast in the hospital, and my belly just shrunk, which was awesome. Let's see, we were able to leave the hospital on Sunday, May 15th. So that was awesome, and I had her on Friday the 13th, so we were able to leave on Sunday, and it was really, really fun. So that is all I think that I had to talk about with her. I'm just glad that she made it in one piece. It was just a process to get her out. It was so, like, I seriously thought I'd need a C-section at one point, because her heart rate just started going so crazy. I thought she was in distress for sure, and they would have to like wheel me away and do an emergency C-section, but thank goodness they didn't have to do that, and thank goodness she's okay and everything is great. And I just love her. Oh, she's just precious and so much fun. I forgot how much fun newborns are, and just how sweet and cute and little and snuggly, and just such a good baby. So I will show her one more time real fast. Say hi! Say hi to everyone. Oh, she's yawning right now. Want to say hi with your pretty little bow? Yeah. Just saying hi. Oh, I just love this little girl. Okay, well, anyways, I think that's all I have to say. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I will be putting up more videos pretty soon, so just keep an eye out for a few more videos, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. We are just getting little girl ready to go home. Zoom in on her. Oh, look how little. All ready to go home from the hospital.
It's 9:30 in the morning.
Hi.
Hi.